petition calling for a fourth stimulus check has reached more than 2.5 million signatures as there is a renewed push for extra relief payments. Months have passed since Joe Biden signed the American Rescue Act, which issued the third stimulus check to millions of Americans. Yet many still struggling with financial hardship due to the COVID pandemic have joined the calls for further stimulus checks. There are calls for not only a fourth but a fifth extra relief payment. A petition on change.org that is pushing for recurring $2,000 stimulus payments has now reached millions of signatures. Using the hashtag Money for the People, it is one of the top petitions on the platform. Its creator has set a target of 3 million signatures. The petition asks Congress to provide payments of $2,000 per adult and $1,000 per child. It says that the payments are needed on a recurring basis as American families are still struggling to pay rent and put food on the table. It notes that some families are deeply struggling without more stimulus funds. The push for more funds comes as millions of Americans remain unemployed, despite most businesses having reopened since lockdowns. Households have received 3 rounds of stimulus payments since the start of the pandemic, and President Biden has yet to confirm if a 4th round of extra cash will arrive in bank accounts. Millions still unemployed. The number of long-term unemployed Americans rose by 233,000 to 4 million after declining by more than 430,000 in May, as reports. This refers to those who have been without a job for at least 27 weeks. The unemployment rate stands at 5.9% as 850,000 jobs were added to the economy in June. The rate was basically unchanged from May. If the rate remains unchanged throughout the summer months, some think that the U.S. economy will not be ready to welcome back everyone who lost jobs during the COVID-19 pandemic. But experts remain unconvinced that Biden will introduce a 4th round of stimulus payments. Economics professor Yeva Nersizian told CBS that the White House should look at how the economy is performing before introducing another round of payments. A 4th stimulus check has not been proposed by Joe Biden, but the door has not been slammed completely shut. Those supporting the move for additional stimulus checks have pointed to evidence that the payments do offer much-needed relief. Families could get a huge, surprise boost thanks to a new stimulus payment. Working families that hit certain requirements could pocket up to $8,000 as a tax credit, according to NerdWallet. The Child Independent Care Credit can get you up to 50% of up to $8,000 of childcare and similar costs for a child under 13, a spouse or parent who cannot care for themselves, or another dependent so that you can work, and up to $16,000 of expenses for 2 or more dependents, the finance website explains. That means a family of 2 children could pocket $8,000 in total for both kids. It comes as families will receive an additional stimulus payment from July 15 under Joe Biden's child tax credit expansion plans. Around 39 million homeowners will get up to $300 a month for every child under the age of 6 as part of the American Families Plan. Affordable health care began July 1. Special subsidies have now been put into effect in the Affordable Care Act exchange, which lowers the price of select silver-level policies down to as little as $0 per month. With those subsidies, an estimated 3 out of 5 eligible uninsured Americans should be able to access the $0 plans. An average of 4 out of 5 current healthcare.gov users will be able to find a plan for $10 or less per month, the Department of Health and Human Services says. The no and low-cost policies are also available to Americans who have been approved to receive unemployment benefits but have not yet done so. WHO is eligible for a surprise stimulus. The new adjustments to the Child Independent Care Credit for 2021 mean that working American families who hit certain requirements will pocket thousands in extra stimulus funds. To get the Child Independent Care Tax Credit, the filer's adjusted gross income needs to be less than $125,000. Any more than that and the credits will phase out at 50%. Families earning $438,000 or more will be out of luck, since that's when the credit phases out entirely. Families with college students can qualify for child tax credit. While college students did not qualify for stimulus checks, households that are eligible for the tax credits could get $500 for kids aged 18 to 24. 2-parent families who make up to $150,000 combined will be eligible for the credit, as will families with a single head of household, who makes up to $112,500 a year. Single parents who make up to $75,000 will also be eligible for the credit. Other factors considered are if the college student is dependent, with parents paying more than half of their expenses. Families can also claim for each college-age child they have, Forbes reports. Some Americans will have to pay back child tax credit. With stimulus payments, eligible Americans didn't have to repay the IRS if they received more funds than were meant to. But that isn't the case for CTC payments, however. If you are getting money and don't qualify, you need to opt out of it, Mark Stieber, Jackson Hewitt's chief tax information officer told CBS. You will have to pay that money back. Last week, the IRS also raised the overpayment issue, writing on its website, if you receive a total amount of advanced child tax credit payments that exceed the amount of child tax credit that you can properly claim on your 2021 tax year, you may need to repay to the IRS some or all of that excess payment. IRS issuing payments week by week. After delaying the tax filing date again this year from April 15th to May 15th, the IRS also divvied out its stimulus payments, on a weekly basis, to cut down on errors and avoid an overwhelming backlog, the IRS stated in March. In the most recent send-out, COVID-19 relief checks totaling $4.2 billion were paid out through June 9th. There were more than 1.2 million direct deposits and about 1.1 million paper checks of economic impact payments, EIP, that arrived through snail mail, Yahoo! News confirmed. The agency confirmed more financial support would be distributed this week. Thanks for watching.